actually have a webinar that is online and is free, and we do it monthly, that explains the entire process. Plus, we give you negotiating tips. We discuss zero down financing, first-time home buyer programs, FHA, VA financing, as well as inspections and a number of other things that will help you be successful with purchasing a home. So let's start here. This is the simple chart of the home buying process. So if you start with number 1 and 2, you can do these in either order, but we prefer that you sit down and you talk with the realtor and maybe do a buyer consultation. Once you selected an agent and you go out, you want to obtain financing. Basically, with financing, let's put it this way. So basically, if you see a property online, you go out, you make an offer to the seller. The seller is not likely to accept your offer unless you can show that, one, you either have cash for the property or you show a pre-approval, meaning that you're already approved to buy that home at that price that you offered. Meeting with the realtor is important, so that's number 3. When you meet with the realtor, you're going to have a buyer consultation, and basically what this does is it helps the realtor understand exactly what you're looking for. So let's say you're just clicking on properties online and you're calling each individual agent, but none of the agents are currently representing you. They're all representing the properties and the clients that have listed those properties for sale. During a buyer consultation, a realtor will determine if you're a good fit, and you would determine if that realtor is a good fit, and you would basically hire that realtor to represent you on any transaction. So there's usually a buyer agency agreement that's involved. Now, what most people don't understand is that any realtor that belongs to the MLS has access to all the properties on the market, whether it's listed with ABC Realty or John Doe Realty or etc. So basically, meeting with the realtor will help get a better understanding of what your needs are, and that realtor can work for you. Now, the next step, of course, is selecting properties. So you would want to select properties based on school district, distance from work, whatever is important to you. And it's the agent's job to make sure they find properties that meet your needs. If you're clicking online, you may find this information, but there's hidden properties out there. A great realtor is out farming. They're making cold calls. If you are a client, that realtor is calling neighborhoods or doing mailers on your behalf to see what homes are coming to the market. So the benefits of working with the realtor is there's a chance that they will find you properties before they hit the MLS. Once you go out and view properties, your next step after that would be to write an offer. Your offer is negotiated on several things. It's not always price. Price is important, but there's other terms to negotiate, such as condition of the property, who's going to make repairs, how soon you close, the type of financing, and things of that nature. Once you and the seller come to an agreement, you basically accept the contract. So that means you have a fully executed contract. That contract is submitted to 3 different people. Basically, it's going to be submitted to the title company as well as your lender, and it's going to go in for processing. At that time, you're going to have your private inspection. Now, a private inspection is not mandatory, but we often recommend it. Some cities require an inspection, so there's a difference between the two, and we'll cover that in the webinar. So part of the negotiation is who's going to be responsible for repairs, and also the results of your private inspection may cause you to have to go back and renegotiate your offer. So that's all part of the negotiation process. If your contract states that the seller is going to do all repairs, say city inspection repairs, then that means once the report comes back, the seller is just going to complete the repairs. Your private inspection is different. This is something that you may have to go back and renegotiate with, or the seller can give concessions such as a reduction in the price or pay some of your closing costs if you're buying a property as is. Now, financing, this is when the lender takes everything, they order the appraisal to make sure the value of the home matches what you put in the contract. And the lender is only going to loan based on the appraised value. The title search is very important. So we make sure that there's no liens or defects on title. If there's any monetary liens, meaning like back taxes or past due mortgage or mortgage balance in general, those can be paid at closing, and the title company is responsible for dispersing funds based on instructions so that they can record a clear title on the property. Once everything is done, we're actually what we call clear to close. That means the lender is ready to fund a loan, and we schedule the closing date. And from that point, you take possession at closing unless you negotiated something different. And we'll discuss that in the webinar as well. So after closing, sometimes you may negotiate and allow the seller to stay in the property an extra 10 or 15 days, sometimes 30 days. So that's all part of the negotiation process, and we'll discuss that in the webinar. If you're interested in any of our webinars or more videos, just feel free to visit reggieisrealestate.com. That's Reggie, REGGIE, isrealestate.com.